Hello and welcome to another episode of Blackjack Movies. I am your host, Pat Ilke, taking you through the journey of the best damn movie podcast on the internet. I'm here once again with the co-pilot of the ship, Brett Gutierrez. What's up, Brett?
What is up, Pat? And what is up, listeners? We're here. It's November the 30th, a Thursday, and we're giving you our Blackjack instant review of 3 Billboards Past Ebbing, Missouri.
There you go. Yeah. Good. We got the hey
first shot, dude.
Exactly. The title, we got it. All right, man. Which is probably better than the rest of the show because if we base it on what the movie was, okay. As always, we give you the good, we give you the bad, and then we'll give you our Blackjack Movies rating out of 10. Let's start with the good. Brett, what was good about 3 Billboards?
What was good? The list will be inevitably pretty short on my end. What is good is comedy.
Yeah.
It is a vulgar comedy.
It for
but
sure
at
is.
times the timing is ridiculously funny.
Yeah.
And will make you almost, drop
there's
the popcorn.
Yeah, there's definitely some hijinks and some hilariousness afoot in this movie.
Yeah.
Very
much. And the head police chief, I always forget his name. Help me out, Pat.
Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
Oh yeah, man, he killed it.
Dude.
Like I loved him in the movie. Like
he's the only person that you root for.
Well, yeah, for sure. Like as a character, he really is the only redeeming character in the whole movie.
Yes.
But as an actor, there's good performances throughout the movie. Like Frances McDermott's performance is good.
She's the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Sure. We can give that. Yeah. That's true. I'm judging it harshly just because it's overly.
I thought
bad in some character, in some aspects. I think.
I thought, dude, what's his name? Oh my god! This is why we're supposed to have our cheat sheet out.
I don't have internet right now.
But it's like it's the. And you know what sucks is right after the show, I'm gonna remember what my man's name is. The dude that played Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2.
It's going right over my head, Pat.
Dude,
Iron Man 2 is like a decade ago.
You're not helping me out, brother.
It's like it's
like 8 years ago.
It's like a decade ago.
You just had a birthday, dude. You're not that old.
I was 15.
You're not that old, dude.
I was in high school.
All right.
Well, I can't remember shit from that far away.
Oh, you're brutal, man. I told you guys the getting the title right was going to be the highlight of this episode.
The highlight. Otherwise, we don't know who is in this movie. We barely know the title.
Let's just put it this way: one of the goods of this movie was
the acting.
But what I was going to say was one of the goods of this movie was us paying attention to a dude that was sitting behind us 2 rows, who we could hear snore for an hour and 50 minutes while this movie was happening.
He was louder than Vader.
It was crazy. Yeah. Ambiance in the theater. Hashtag ambiance in the theater. Almost like it was.
This dude, I noticed it. I noticed it about
right
5 minutes into the movie. He was
right away. I was like, "Is that in the movie? Like, is that some wind blowing in the movie?" And then all of a sudden, I heard it again. I'm like looking around, and this dude is sprawled out.
Yeah, he's slouched in his chair.
Yeah, he was out, and his wife is like just cackling. Oh, she's cackling. Oh my god! I couldn't believe
how do you sit next to somebody who's just out during the movie and you're just
so
not into it,
shaking his ass like wake your ass up, man! Like that's quality time. You can fall asleep. Your wife don't give a damn.
Hey man, he paid his $10.50.
He did $10.50 for a nap.
$10.50 for a nap in an uncomfortable chair. Damn,
he was sprawled out.
And then woke up with maybe 30 minutes left in the
movie.
No,
not even that, dude. Not even that. It was like 15 solid 15 left, and he's like snacking on popcorn.
He's like, what's up? I'm back. I'm back.
I got this. I know what's happening. I'm like, no, this dude has no idea what's happening in this fucking movie. Because it's hard enough for us to follow. We were awake throughout the whole day.
I don't think it's hard to follow.
It's not hard to follow, is it? Anyway,
back to the movie.
The movie itself, yes. The performances were good. I like the performances, but Woody Harrelson stole the show. That dude is an A-list actor, funny as all hell. Like they even have him write notes throughout the movie that they revisit.
Yeah,
and those were good.
Do we go spoiler on this one and just say what happened?
Whatever.
Okay, spoiler. take a second, fast forward, do whatever you want. Okay, yeah. So Woody Harrelson is the police officer who has cancer, and then he dies, and he's able to come back as these letters that are given out to people.
And I guess we should even talk about what the movie's about. So
yeah,
the
because
movie,
a lot of people don't know. I didn't know going into this.
No,
I knew very little what was it.
And when you watch the trailer for it, you get the comedy aspect. I don't really I don't know if you get like all the other stuff that's underlining it. So what it's about is this mom purchases these 3 billboards that are on like the road to her house, and she's questioning the police because her daughter unfortunately passed away on some gruesome details. She was raped, killed, murdered, like burned to death. Like, it was really gruesome stuff that they're talking about. And so she gets these 3 billboards, and she's questioning why 7 months later have they not arrested somebody? Why do they not have any suspects? Is it the police chief's fault? This, that, whatever. And she's going to sink all her money into just having these 3 billboards up. And so that's where it all stems from. Then we realize that, Woody Harrelson's character has cancer, pancreatic cancer. So he's only got months to live. And these letters stem from after he passes, that they,
And I'll bring up another point for me. It was a very good moving scene, actually, the Woody Harrelson's last day.
Oh, for sure.
He takes his family out, and they have an amazing day out by the river. And then he goes back to his house, and his wife passes out because she had one too many Chardonnays. And knowing that he's going downhill quickly, he ends up committing suicide and leaving these very heartfelt notes to his family and a few people, in the police department and the town.
And even
But man, I almost cried when he did it. It was
crazy, man.
And that, just goes to show you, in a movie that I otherwise hated, Woody Harrelson, damn,
amazing,
great actor.
Yeah,
and his voice carrying afterwards, he has the talking over his death scene, basically, narrating it. And it moved me for sure. That was a
really good scene in the movie.
Good scene.
Like we talked about, though, the comedy in this movie does work.
Yeah, we're talking about this. We go from this is so funny.
But that's the thing about this movie is and that's where you're going to find these
undulations.
Of why are we going to give it such a poor rating? Because if you guys are loving the comedy, it's because you go from comedy that's super hilarious to down in the depths, just crazy bad stuff, like talking about suicide, talking about a 17-year-old getting kidnapped, raped, murdered, burned to death. Like, you see these racist cops, and they really did like.
Well, let's get to we'll save it for the bad.
Yeah. But
good.
it is what it is. But this is why you're going to get these ebbs and flows within our review right now, is because there's really some awesome aspects to this movie, and then there's some bad. And so let's get into the bad right now.
Yeah, because we pretty much hit the good. I think that was everything that I felt positively about this movie.
Woody Harrelson,
awesome dude,
was so amazing that I would actually recommend going to see this movie.
He's only in it for about the first half, though.
But it's that good. Like, it's not going to surprise me if he's nominated for Best Supporting Actor from this movie.
Nah, I could see it.
From what this movie is getting from
they're already getting Oscar buzz.
Exactly,
anyways.
from the critic ratings and stuff, from Rotten Tomatoes.
It's got
and
like
stuff.
96%.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
And so
how highly this movie is rated.
This thing is going to be awards talked about.
Yes.
And when you're dealing with something like that, remember Michelle Williams last year was nominated for Manchester by the Sea. She was in 2 scenes.
Yeah. That's very true.
Woody Harrelson hit the mark in this movie.
He knocked it out of the first
even
mark.
only being in 15 minutes of the movie or whatever. Like,
no. He
or
was
25, 30 minutes.
A half hour.
But I'm telling you, those letters throughout the rest of the film are going to help that too. Yeah.
And expand on his character,
which
was great. All right, so
bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, Pat, I turned to you. I think about 3 minutes into the movie and said, "I'm about to walk out of this bitch."
I know, and I was like, "Hey, you want to go get something to eat? We'll come back and watch Lady Bird." And I don't know if that's going to be any better, but this is what we're dealing with at awards time. Until we get to Star Wars, it's award type movies, and so we got to be willing to sit through and be like, okay, we know that this is our art house movie, and
otherwise, I am glad that we didn't because of that Woody Harrelson pick. Because I said that, and then real quick, but then you kind of just got that Woody Harrelson character, and he really pulled me back in.
Right.
But man, they beat you over the head.
Oh, it's message
with the racially tensioned, liberal viewpoint of
everything,
police,
of everything,
sexism, of. And I don't know, man. I don't come to the movies for the political debate. This world is full of that crap.
Exactly. And
I come for entertainment.
That's the issue that we're dealing with in these times right now, is because, God help every victim that we've dealt with that has had to deal with the casting couch and sexual harassment and all this other bullshit. Like, it sucks. And so, I'm not ever going to talk bad about the victims. But it's also to a point to where, when is enough of just like saying stuff just to hear yourself speak? Like, she has no idea how these people are viewed or whatever. And yet
what are you talking to? Elaborate on that, Pat.
Okay, so at the beginning,
no
Frances McDermott's what's her name in the movie? Teresa Hughes or something, okay. Right? The mom. And so she has no view. She's got pain from her daughter, obviously. Like,
anybody
I don't even know how I would respond if that happened, right? Yeah. Like, I would probably feel the same way.
Yeah.
Right? But it's one of those things where she's talking and she's like, you're not looking for my daughter's killer because you'd rather go, beat black people up
in the street.
And it's like, I understand we're in the South and there's still tension and it sucks, but really,
I don't need to hear that.
Yeah, and then it's something about strong feminine women on the next, the very next like tagline that she says is something about that, and I'm like, okay, so now we're just checking off boxes now.
Absolutely. It just beat you overhead to the lowest common denominator of the agenda. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And we're going to talk shit about gay people.
We're pandering to the
everything.
Anti-gay. We're pandering to the Black Lives Matter. All that stuff. We're just hitting it over the head over and over and over. And I was just like, I can't even stomach it, dude. No. I don't want to sit here.
Exactly.
For this whole movie to be like that.
There's ways of doing messages, and
subtlety.
And then there's ways of like you said, hitting you over the head with things. And when you hit somebody over the head with things, it takes you out of a film.
Yes,
that's what happened when I saw Barbershop 3. It's a constant just barrage. of just message. And it's like, if you can be subtle and deliver your message, and we can come out of the film and be like, look, this film hits on this, and this. And by the way,
has a great message.
The message behind it all is so subtle, but you feel it throughout the film.
Yeah.
Aces.
It's a lost art. All the directors now can do, or writers can do, is just slap you in the face with it.
Right.
No. I don't want to take any time to develop it, to lay it in there layering wise and smoothly and make you think about it.
And what's funny,
I want to tell you what to think right away.
Exactly. And what's funny is, I think if they wouldn't have delivered those messages right at the beginning of the film,
it would have came across.
I think it for sure comes across, but it also comes across in the way that we're talking about,
which is grade A material, as opposed to,
because you're going to turn people off right at the beginning of the film. And like you said, you were ready to bounce. And even I turned over and said, hey, let's go over and get some food. Like, I was ready to go too. And then all of a sudden we got Woody, and we got hilarious, and then
more crap.
Francis, and then then Francis hit a joke, and then the boy hit a joke, the son.
Yeah.
And that's the son's joke had me.
Oh yeah, move out the house.
Yeah.
You gonna move out the house?
Yeah. Like, it had me.
Oh, we were dying.
Yeah, that was funny.
So this is a very strange movie in that regard.
It is, man.
It really is.
Some of the other bads, I think, when it's more wrapped around the story, and it just deals with, like, I understand that not everything can have a happy ending. You're not going to find the
every killer,
yeah. And it sucks. But I think in this film, with how she acted towards the police, how she acted towards different aspects of, her daughter's kidnapping and what happened in the scenes prior to when she got kidnapped and everything else, I think a nice little bow at the end of this movie where they would have had the killer, you know, I think would have made it better, you know?
Yeah, I mean, for such a dark, movie overall, that could have been a little something just to kind of leave a better taste in your mouth after the movie.
Exactly.
And yeah, they forego that for maybe dramatic effects, I guess. I think this movie has plenty of dramatic effects.
Yeah, like if you end the movie where, like, after the DNA test and it is the person, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, like you could do that, and then